we've got little guys coming into us and they're saying, oh, my boss is trying to force me to go on ABN.
Yeah.
My boss is trying to force me to go on ABN. And why is your boss trying to force you to go on ABN? Because the government doesn't care about your boss and he's putting payroll tax on your boss, okay, that he can't afford because his business is being neglected. He's turning around saying, oh, I can't afford to have all these employees. You need to go now from employee to ABN so I can avoid paying payroll tax or get out of this obligation or that one, which doesn't actually get him out of any obligations. It's just a shortcut that doesn't work. And all that's doing, the government is crushing these medium and small size businesses and they're pushing it down onto the little guy, and then the little guy's left holding the bag. The little guy's left holding the bag. He's forced to be a subby for his boss, forced to have to set up a company, forced to have to pay GST, lodge BAS, do all these things that he's not even running the business.
To earn the same money.
To earn less money than he was earning as an employee, and the boss turns around and says to him, oh, mate, I was paying you $60 an hour before, but now you're a subby, I'll pay you 65. What about the GST? What about the workers' comp? What about the annual leave? What about the sick leave? Who's going to pay for all those things? The super. The government doesn't care. No. The government's like, oh, it's all good. We've the metrics work out. Big business is doing good. Who cares about small business? Not the government.
Yeah, we're exporting. We keep the ball moving. Paddy.
Yeah, I wanted to talk back on, go back to when you were talking about working yourself into another job.
Yeah.
Very common. There's a misconception that you have freedom when you start your own business. Now, that's partially true. You do not answer to a boss. But some people need that external motivation. Sure. I know I do. I need that motivation every day. I need goals that are set by someone else.
For sure.
The goals that I set are mostly personal for myself, and my business goals are based off what John and Tufik provide me with.
For sure.
And they provide me with very ambitious goals, which is great for me because it pushes me. It pushes me to be better every day.
For sure.
So I don't think everyone is made for being a small business owner.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the point where compliance is an issue.
Yeah.
I think people find themselves in a hole really quickly.
I agree.
Really, really quickly.
I agree. A bit of income, a few bazzers behind, all of a sudden we're talking about like, you're in a hole here. We've got payment plans we've got to pay. Plus you got to put aside for your new bazzers.
I wish sometimes, I wish that I met some of my clients a year or two before I actually met them.
100%.
Because they've got to the point where they've got so much tax overdue, so much overdue obligations. And the big problem is they're personally liable.
Yeah.
Small business owners don't know that if you do not go see your accountant straight away and lodge the BAS straight away, you become personally liable for the debt. Then the roof over your kid's head is the one they sell to come, kick you out, bankrupt you, and pay off the tax. That's ridiculous, all right?
100%.
That happens in this country. 100%. But the truth is small business owners are getting their homes taken off them to pay off tax debt because they're personally liable, because they're not seeing an accountant at the beginning of the arrangement. And don't tell me that's not happening. Because I come from a family where I had a dad that traded as a sole trader.
Yeah.
We lost our home. Do you know what I mean? My dad had to go bankrupt because his business failed for no fault of his own. Okay? And he didn't have the advice and the structure set up so that he could keep the family home together and keep our family together.
Yeah.
So there's other Australians that are facing that right now. Okay? Go see your accountant on day one. Absolutely. If you're thinking about setting up a business, go see your accountant. Set up the structures that give you coverage for liability. Set up your family trust. Do things right. Understand your obligations. Lodge on time. Does it all suck? Yeah, it sucks. But it's going to suck more when you don't do it. They come and sell your house. They bankrupt you. And your kids are on the street and your wife leaves you.